Hi Meghna. Hi guys. Okay, since we have everyone joining in, we're going to wait for some more. So my today's topic is core. That one word which is very intimidating, intriguing, and something that everybody wants to know what exactly is it. And how to build a strong core, what is it to have a weak core, and is core the same as belly or abs? So I have a lot of information for you, and of course I'll be talking a lot, and keep sending me your questions so I can answer them in between and even after I finish all the talking. Hi everyone, thank you for joining in and coming back on my show with Namami Life. This is Kitty Kalra, the fitness expert and the Pilates trainer from New Delhi, saying hi. Okay, we have more people joining in. I don't know where all you are from, but I have to tell you that Delhi is becoming so beautiful with the weather. We have autumn setting in and it's beautiful now. I was in Dubai last week and I just got back, and I'm glad because the weather is so beautiful here. Though I have to make a confession that I'm not a winter baby, so I'm not so fond of winters. I feel very cold, but I'm trying to still cope even after 40 years of being in Delhi, trying to get used to the weather here. And thank you, Deepak. We're all beautiful in our own ways. So yes, so let's begin our session on core. Since we have a few joined in, what is core? Everything that you need in an everyday life is supported by your core. I'm going to come back to the weak knees. I'm noting down your questions. I might miss a little, but so in everyday activity, you need your core. Simple things like simply getting out of bed, walking, climbing stairs up and down, bending, lifting things, all the basics that you do, you need core strength. Core is actually like your tree trunk, which is grounded and which actually supports all your other branches like your legs and arms. So if you need your other organs and muscles and body parts to function well, you need to have a very strong core, because that's your whole support structure and the whole foundation of your body and the strength. What is core? A lot of people think that core is only your abs. This is all core. So I want to strengthen my core. But core actually includes not just your abs. It is actually abs, but it also includes your obliques. It includes your glutes, your pelvic floor muscles, and even your diaphragm, which helps us in breathing. So if I stand up and show you, this is all the core. From here to here is all the core. So it includes your whole ab area, and it also includes your hip area. So if you have a weak back, it just doesn't mean that you strengthen your back. You have to strengthen the areas that are all connected and called the core. Yes, I am noting down your questions. Now, core, how do you know if you have a weak core? Yes, you can do core exercises regularly. You need to do core 3 times or 4 times a week. Ideally, I would say 3 times a week for about 15 minutes to build a strong core and that whole area that strengthens your whole body. How do you know you have a weak core? So let's discuss that first. Of course, the biggest signal is a weak back. Secondly, it's a weak posture. Thirdly, it's balance and stability. If you get tired too soon, walking 10,000 steps is a challenge. Forget 10,000, even 5,000 or 6,000, and it's a challenge for you. Also, injury issues. When you get injuries too often, you have a weak core. So these are all the signs that you will know that you have a weak core, and you need to strengthen that area more than working out on your arms or your legs, and you're focusing on your thighs or your arms. A lot of people do that, but they don't know that if you strengthen your core, you will be targeting on strengthening the arms and your legs as well. Yes, I'm coming to what are the best core exercises and how long does it take to strengthen the core? That's an amazing question, Priya. Well, if you're working out and strengthening exercises, doing strengthening exercises for the core, you will see a lot of change in 2 months. But you need to do exercises 3 times a week and do it for about 15 minutes. No, you do not do only abs to build a strong core. I'm going to come to that very soon. A stiff neck. Yes, I'm going to come to that as well. Now, what are the benefits if you have a healthy core? Of course, you're strong overall. You can play better sports. You can do your daily activities in a more better way. You can function better. You have more energy. Even simple things of just sitting and standing up will take a toll on you if you have a weak core. So the basic functioning of your life and your everyday activities becomes better when you have a healthy core. Apart from that, your posture looks better, so you're not slouching, you don't have weak neck because your shoulders are strong, and the shoulders are strong because your upper back and your upper body supports it, and the upper back supports it because your lower back is strong, your glutes are strong. So like I said, it's all connected from layer to layer, vertebrae to vertebrae, reaching up and from up to down. So that whole core is strong, on which your whole upper body, neck, and your lower body, which is your legs, is all stacking up and getting their strength from. So that's the benefit of a healthy core. Yes, lose stomach fat. A lot of exercising, eating right, sleeping well. I keep talking about belly fat all the time and how you can reduce the belly. It's in a lot of other videos that I've done on Namami, so you can go back and check. Shoulder exercises. Please suggest how to lose belly fat causing you to sitting. So the best is please stand up at every 10 minutes, walk around for 2 minutes, and then sit back if you have a desk job or if you have something which requires a lot of sitting. So every time get up, walk around, and also do your chair exercises to lose the belly fat. So that's what you can do if you have more of a sitting job. How can we strengthen our core and modify the core? Now first, before moving to the strengthening, I want to show you how you will have a weak core and how you can figure out that you have a weak core. So, first signal is a plank. Hold a plank for 60 seconds, which is 1 minute. If you cannot hold a plank on your elbows for 60 seconds, it's an indicator that you need to strengthen your core. Secondly, in the same plank, if you lift up your hand for 15 seconds and keep it there, if you can't do that, lifting your left hand for 15 seconds or your right hand for 15 seconds when you're in a plank, that's also an indicator that you probably have a weak core. The third test of a weak core is when you're in a plank, if you lift up your right leg for 15 seconds off the floor or the mat, or if you lift up your left leg for 15 seconds, then again, if you cannot do that, it's an indicator of a little weak core. The fourth test is when you lift your right hand and left leg up for 15 seconds. And similarly, your left hand and right leg. So these are indicators. If you can't hold them for 15 seconds, it's an indicator that you need to start building and working more around core strength. At home, what are the props we can utilize for core workouts? That's a fabulous question. Your own body weight is the best prop that you have to build your core. But other than that, if you take help from weights, picking up a little heavier weights, but weights that support your back and weights that support your body. So don't start lifting and using props till you haven't built enough to pick it up. For example, if you are doing the shoulder press or an overhead press in a gym and your back sinks in and your chest pops out, it shows that you have a weak core. And similarly, when you're doing a plank and your pelvis drops or your hips lift up and your stomach sinks in, these are all signs that you will know that you have a weak core. So we need to start strengthening the core area for you to strengthen the other parts. Otherwise, believe me, you might strengthen your legs, you might be doing 100 squats a day and think that you're really working out and you're a pro in your gym and in your studio. But if your core isn't strong, slowly it will start coming on your back and you will start having pain traveling to your leg, to your sciatica, to your shins, because your core is weak. It doesn't matter how much strength you build in your legs. And of course, do a lot of glute work. A lot of glute exercises is what you need to strengthen as well. And wall exercises are fab for core workout. Yes, I was coming to that, of what exercises you can do to build a strong core. So let's finish with the props first. Weights is a fabulous idea, apart from your own body weight. And then you can use a nice Pilates circle. You can use a small ball or even a big stability ball. Those are amazing to build strength for your core because they challenge your stability and balance. The Bosu ball is a fabulous prop to build core strength because it really challenges your balance. So make sure you have a pillar right next to you so you don't fall off the Bosu ball, because a lot of people get ankle injuries because they fall off the Bosu ball. So you need to have some support structure right next to the Bosu ball, but it's a great prop to build strength. The foam roller, the foam block, these are all great props that you can incorporate to build core strength. What can we do with the ball for core? If it's a big ball, I'll tell you a few exercises. You will lie down on the ball with your back on the ball and your feet are on the ground. And then you can do nice ab crunches with it. You can reach to the opposite obliques. That works the core. You can turn around, come in a plank and place your feet on that big ball. Do push-ups. And then you can pull in the knee to your chest and straighten your legs out going into a plank. That's another exercise. And Russian twist. So even if you just do these 5 exercises on that ball, you will start building core strength and stability. Bedtime exercises for core. That's a great one as well. Well, if you simply lie down on the bed, though the bed is a little unstable because of a wobbly mattress, so it doesn't give you support on the back. So I would advise you कि bed से नीचे उतर जाओ, mat बिछा लो और उसके ऊपर exercise कर लो. And you can simply do leg raises. When you're lying down on your back, lift up one leg and other leg. Then you can simply do toe taps where you drop both the toes onto the mat when you're in a tabletop position with your feet. Do those when you're lying on the mat. You can do dead bugs. You can do bird dogs on your fours. And apart from that, do planking. A lot of plank variations is a great way to build core. It's one of the best ones, really. I mean, I love planks because apart from just ab crunches, the ab crunches only target on the center of your abs and they really don't engage your obliques, they don't engage your pelvic floor muscles. So you don't really achieve too much with ab crunches. So if you want to burn belly fat, if you want to get flatter abs, if you want to build a stronger core and stronger glute strength, shoulder strength, back strength, start focusing more on doing planks. Planks have so many variations, plus the side planks also, because they again target a lot of obliques, so they work as well a lot on your core. Yes, I'm reading the stiff neck. Okay, so neck is a little question mark these days, because I think every second person I come across has an issue with their neck or shoulders. And strangely enough, you know, till last year, it used to be the back. Every third person had a back issue. And now every third person has a neck issue. And I think it's got something to do with us being on the phone all the time or on the laptop, especially during lockdown. So to build neck strength, you need to do a lot of easy neck exercises, which are moving left to right, up and down, some circulation, rotation. Do your wall push-ups. And the TheraBand is a great way also to build neck and shoulder strength. So remember, if you need to build neck strength, you need to have very strong shoulders and upper back and shoulder blades. So your scapula has to be very strong, your shoulder blades have to be strong, so that your neck is also getting the strength from your back, because your back and your shoulders is what is holding your neck. I think I might do another session on the neck. It's a very good idea. I'm going to come back with neck and neck strengthening exercises. So, back exercises and core exercises. So these are the ones that you can do. I'll give you the name of a few core exercises that you can do on the mat. Lying down on your back, let's talk about those ones first. You will do leg lifts, toe taps, dead bugs, leg raises, all lying on your back, or supine position, it's what it's called, reverse crunches, ab crunches. These are all on the back. Then you will come in a prone position and lie down on your abs and do some Superman planks, lifting up your legs and arms, and swimming exercises where you will do breaststroke arms and flapping your arms when you're lying down on your back. You can keep your feet down or lift up. Beginner core strength exercises. Fabulous question again. The basic beginner exercises that you need to do for your core is ab crunches, bird dog on your fours. Very easy with your opposite hand and leg raises here. Bridges. These are all basic beginner core exercises that you can do. Hold them for 10 seconds or do each exercise for 10 seconds. Like if it's a bridge, hold it for 10 seconds and then put yourself down. If it's lifting your arms or legs, then do 10 counts. Okay, if you're doing crunches, target about 10 or 15. Apart from that, mountain climbers. It's a basic beginner exercise and just holding a plank. So you can start with these 5-6 beginner exercises to build core strength. Once you get stronger with these and more confident, then you can move to plank variations. You can move to a nice teaser or jackknife in Pilates and other more kneeling exercises to build more core strength. Okay. Now, in a basic everyday life, how can you build core with other activities that you do? Cycling. It's a very, very good core sport and you really build a lot of strength in your legs, in your glutes and your abs plus your arms, everything. Cycling is a fabulous exercise. Pilates, my favorite. Of course, I am a Pilates trainer, so I would advocate that, but I advocate Pilates because it is the most and the best way to build core. And that's what I've realized, because I had spinal fractures in a car accident 20 years ago and I was told I'll never be able to walk again, but I did Pilates and that is how I build my back again and build a lot of core strength. So Pilates is a fabulous way to build core strength. Other than that, yoga. Yoga is a great way to bring in flexibility, stability and balance in your body. Okay. Then you have rowing if you can, or even in the gyms, or if you can buy a rower in your home, then the rowing is a fabulous exercise to build core strength plus arms and leg strength. I love the rower. It's a beautiful equipment. I know a lot of people are fond of a treadmill, but honestly, I love the rower because I feel it gives you a full body workout and it targets on hands and abs, which are really not working too much when you're just walking on a treadmill mindlessly. And then my favorite core exercise apart from Pilates, which includes a little cardio and builds more crazy strength, is kickboxing. So you can incorporate all these activities in your life apart from working out in a gym and a studio to build a strong core. Yeah. Okay, so we have questions. Belly fat. I know, it's everybody's most favorite question. Well, belly fat you need to target on whatever exercises that I just told you about the core, because they all incorporate all the muscles that are around the belly, which include your abs, your obliques, right, and your glutes and pelvic muscles. So once you target them and tone them, you will start getting a trimmer and a slimmer waist. So that's for the belly fat. Apart from that, you need to eat right for your belly fat. Sweets, fried foods, too many simple carbs, refined foods is all out. So you need to build in and bring in healthier foods, more fiber definitely, and lean protein for belly fat, and more sleep. Sleep is the most important ingredient if you want to target belly fat. And even more important is no stress, because being stressed releases a cortisol hormone in our body, and that only goes and deposits itself either in your belly area or your hip area. And that's why keep the stress out. Start doing a lot of meditation or pranayam, or sit with yourself for 10 minutes. Start journaling, writing positive things. Whatever you have in your mind, even if it's negative, it's a good idea to talk to a mirror, take it all out, or just journal happy and positive things. So that is for the belly, that is for the core. More questions? Yes, so if you start working out for just 15 minutes for your core, you can strengthen it in 2 months. And of course, start bringing in the other activities. Start walking, start jogging a little bit, bring in a little cardio. So everything is supported. You don't just follow one type of a workout, because it really doesn't help. Bring in nice high intensity workouts which will keep your metabolic system and your metabolism functioning and running for more than 4 or 5 hours even after you finish a workout. Okay, which is not possible if you're just walking for 8 or 10,000 steps. It doesn't keep the metabolism going. So I just mentioned the core strengthening exercises. Maybe I could just quickly show you a few exercises. Right here I do have a mat. Can we see here? Okay, where is the mat? There it is. Okay guys, I'm going to show you a quick run through of a weak core, or to find how your core strength is. Okay, I think it can turn a little more here and here. Okay, awesome. So holding a plank is the easiest way to figure out if you have a strong core or not for 1 minute. Apart from that, lift up your hand and hold it for 15 seconds. Do it with your left and right hand both and see if you can manage that. And then try the same test with your legs. So you lift up your left leg and your right leg after. Hold it for 15 seconds and check again. And then you lift up your right leg and left arm. And again, hold it for 15 seconds to check how much you can hold it, if you have core strength or not. The basic beginner exercises I'll show you here are a bridge, ab crunches is number 2, reverse crunches, simply lift your tailbone off the mat. On your fours, bird dogs, opposite hand and leg raises, and simply holding a plank here, either on your elbows or on your hands, or drop your knees down and hold it. So these are ways to start as a beginner to build your core. Okay? So I guess I've showed you that, and what else do we want to know? 5 minutes more for questions. Okay. Yeah, so those were the beginner ones, and you can bring in more exercises. And of course, apart, eat right so you're fit overall. And if you have a weak back, build more strength in the glutes and build more strength in your shoulders. Once you start building core, focus on the other areas that are holding those core muscles, so the whole body gets fitter and every muscle and every body part starts functioning more effectively, your legs, your hands, your neck, your shoulder, so that all your body parts are strong because that core is supporting it. Okay, if we do exercises daily, how long will it take to see the results? If you're eating right, you will see the result in 2 weeks. Believe me, you will see some change in 2 weeks. But yes, it does take about 2 to 3 months to see a drastic change, or to see dress sizes drop or your weight drop. But it always is a complement with your diet, so it has to be hand in hand. You cannot just exercise and eat an unhealthy diet and think that nothing is happening, and why isn't it happening? So it always has to be a combination. Eating right. Try and reduce your carbs in one meal at least in the day. So you can have your eggs, or you can have your dalia or a poha in the morning for breakfast. You can do your carbs in the day. You could do your dal chawal, your roti. I personally have a mix of roti, which is an amaranth, and wheat. And at night you can just chuck the carbs and do more proteins with a salad and a soup. In the day, if you're hungry, try and bring in some fillers, which are nuts, seeds, raw vegetables like carrots, tomato, cucumber. So these are the fillers that you need. So those are my go-to things for a healthy diet that I follow. That's about it. So that was all on core. What should be the workout routine? When to do yoga and when to do cardio? Fabulous. 3 days yoga, 3 days cardio. But also, Rohini, if you have to see your body and listen to it, I don't know if you have injuries or no injuries, or what's your age. We need to all listen to our body and see what age it is. If we are post 40, then I will say that let's do cardio twice, and don't go crazy with your cardio. That won't support your joints. So see something which works for you. And yoga, definitely 3 days or 2 days if you're doing other things. Like for me, my workout is 3 days of cardio, and I do 4 or 5 days of Pilates in the morning, and then I also do yoga twice a week. So depends on what you're doing. You can mix your workouts. So that's how it works more effectively. Okay guys, I think we're done for the day. 45 minutes is enough. Yes, you do not need to grill yourself every day, Madhu, for 2 hours. It's crazy. Your body will start getting into a lot of wear and tear and injuries if you go crazy working out for 2 hours. It doesn't work, believe me. Even if you're doing 45 minutes 4 days, and if you don't have time some days, you just do 20 minutes for 2 days. It's all right. You can divide it. In the evening, just go for a walk if you didn't get time to work out in the morning for 40 minutes. So you need to have a sensible way of working out. Not follow people, not follow fads, not follow the latest fitness regimes and fashionable workouts. No, just do it for yourself. Okay? Just follow what your body likes. So if yoga suits you, please do yoga. Like I love Pilates and Pilates really suits me. But I feel if I do some crazy kind of workouts, which are super, super high intensity workouts, it doesn't work for me anymore. It did work for me till 2 years ago. And well, I do not like to say that I'm aging, but I do like to listen to my body because my muscles and bones are still aging. I might be building it with a lot of strength training and good food, but I still have to listen to it, right? Thank you. Yes, I'm going to be saving it on the IGTV, and you stay healthy and happy till I see you again on Namami Life next time. Keep following us, check out the new Namami Life app, and stay connected, stay healthy and happy. All right, guys. Kitty Kalra signing off. Good night.